We're back again!
More interruptions.
Hello!
Hopefully the last one.
Yes. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me.
But now you're dead. He's fucking dead. He's dead. See, he's dead. Game's over, guys. Let's go home. Last Monokuma Monday. He's dead.
No.
He said the N-word. I like how he was very clearly photoshopped into that.
I know, right? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah! Finally. I could feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Look, it's the rocket from the very beginning of the game.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I just figured it was something of that effect. I didn't know. Well, I figured it was something of that effect, but I didn't know if it was the exact one or if it was just in this pile of junk.
I think it's supposed to be. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful
Okay,
for a
Makoto,
dream.
listen, we know you were unconscious, but for God's sake, man, get it together.
No. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with a bare hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me after that bitch Kyoko fucking let me die.
Yeah, what a bitch.
And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it.
You don't know that?
Yeah, you know. So I can't give up now.
Yeah, I think you're projecting, Makoto.
For myself and for my friend. My only friend here.
Yeah, everyone else killed me.
With that, my pursuit of survival began.
Listen, all I said is that, Hina wanted Makoto to die.
Yeah.
That was pretty hot.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Because I relate. We have a similar kink, because I also like Makoto dying.
No, she wanted you dead.
No, she wanted Makoto dead. If she wants me dead too, we still share the same kink.
First up was to start looking for a way out of there.
I'm in green now.
You are, because it is time unknown. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit?
How do you get an airplane out of that?
I think it's the bottom
Oh,
bit.
it's this bit. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I just saw this whole thing and I'm like, how on earth did you get an airplane?
This is a desk.
Oh my god. It's literally the joke I've been making the whole game. It's literally the joke I've been making the whole game.
It's fine.
Hedge, it's literally the joke I've been making the whole game.
It's fine. Just keep going. It's probably the one that fell down here with me.
Oh my god. Makoto. I hope you hit your head on the way down because, goddamn, jostle it a little bit.
That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here.
I would actually think a lot about it.
Rattle, rattle. It's locked.
Rada rada.
Rada, rada. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I'm going to have to live off of rotten ramen noodles.
And tank plane
rockets. I decided to look around for some food.
Makoto would be the first person to immediately scrounge in the garbage. It's like, man,
Like
this door won't.
scummies.
This door won't open. Guess I'm eating garbage.
There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides.
Makoto, man, I'm stuck down here. Can't eat, can't drink, guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was
sit and wait.
Sit and wait. Go to sleep.
So, hold on, let me get this right. So instead of just sort of sitting and waiting to see what happens, you're like, I'll conk out now. That's a good idea.
That's what I do. I don't have to think about it.
You're fucking weird for that.
You're weird for not.
You wake up in this trash pit after all that happens, and your first thought isn't, let's sort of figure out what I can do, instead of just, oh, the doorknob doesn't work. Guess I'll pass out.
I mean, probably not, but you've looked at everything, clearly.
He goes, that's a plane. That's a tank. The doorknob doesn't work and there's rotten food. Well, I'm shit out of options.
Well, he is. What else are you gonna do?
That seemed like a pretty big room. He did not explore it thoroughly.
Okay, that's a developer thing, not a character thing. The implication is that he explored it fully.
Uh-huh.
My sleep was deep and uninterrupted, even though I was sleeping in gross, rancid water. That was the only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed.
You seem pretty sure.
And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly.
It was a sign.
Gra-crunch.
Ga-crunch.
Fatoomsh. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. Food! As I watched the pile of garbage jostle and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been?
This rocket.
No! Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had half tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Robert Bonnerhead! Cup noodle on her head.
Cup? G-O-K-U-B-T?
Gakput? Gakkup?
Gakkup?
Gakput? He is tilting his head all the way around to see what this thing is saying.
Cup? G-O-K-U-B-T something. Unknown. I cannot figure it out, folks.
This place smells awful.
Wow, you seem hotter than I remember.
It's almost like you got food on your head. Kyoko!
Looking like a snack. Get it? She's looking like
I get it. I was ignoring you. Yes, I get it.
Sorry. Looking like a snack.
I got it. Yes.
You're supposed to laugh. Oh, one more time again.
Let's see.
Hold on, you got the timing
wrong.
wrong.
One more time? Okay.
Looking like a snack.
See, I would have laughed, except it wasn't funny.
Hold on, you just didn't get it yet. Hold on.
Kyoko! Pressing the damn button for you.
Kyoko. Looking like a snack. How can you be a stage performer? You're really bad at the script thing. Well, try it one more time. Otherwise, I'm just leaving and we won't progress.
We won't progress?
Alright. Kyoko! Come on, be professional.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Kyoko! Looking like a snack!
Ha! Ha! That was so funny!
See?
Drag0n, you're such a genius!
I know.
How are you so good at this?
Yeah, I eat a lot of cup.
dying of laughter.
I eat a lot of cup gok butt. Or whatever the fuck it says.
Oh my god. You look like you're doing better than I expected. Yes, you've quite adapted to living in the sewer like the
You
rat you
filth,
are.
yeah. You look better than I expected down here with your people.
What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick sharp shape to get shark shape. She gave her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Shark head.
Baby shark do.
Your viewers don't want this.
Baby shark do. Everybody in the comments. Baby shark. He doesn't like it. It's the one thing I have on him.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just something that I've just fed up with because it became a brand. How do you make it into a brand?
Baby shark do.
See, it's not so much the song. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the fact that it got turned into a brand.
Yes, that is fair.
The song I couldn't give a shit about. It's the fact that they turned that stupid shit into an entire brand, and it's probably making millions of dollars.
Everyone spam Baby Shark in the chat because it annoys him. First, I have something for you.
Everyone spam FNAF gang!
We'll see who wins.
No one will understand mine, so you'll probably win.
No, all the people who watch Monokuma Mondays watch the streams.
That's fair.
John Hummel, the one Monokuma Monday viewer.
John Hummel will. I know
streams.
for a fact John Hummel will say FNAF gang. I know he will.
I think John Hummel will say Baby Shark.
He's my son, goddammit.
Did you raise him?
Yeah.
Nah, that was me. I was here the whole time when you were going off doing your art and your games, and I stayed home with the kids.
For you. I was out getting the milk.
Yeah, you had to go home for 10 years. Oh, but that blood floozy Veronica.
I went downstairs into the trash room and started kicking Makoto. For 10 years.
For 10 years.
It was the best 10 years of my goddamn life.
You left me for 10 years for that.
You couldn't satisfy me, so I had to satisfy myself by beating the shit out of Makoto for 10 years.
Oh, God. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
H2O.
And buns. You could say, she got him buns, and she made him wet.
Smush.
Don't smush me.
I skipped you one.
I smush you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me.
It said thank you. Everyone knows it, but
Thank you.
just so you know.
Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach.
That's hot.
Whew, that really hit the spot. I love those buns. Can I touch yours?
Makoto,
Now I've got all the energy. I need to keep going.
Makoto, please. I know this is the trash room, but keep your filth to yourself.
So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
So Kyoko... Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong... So Kyoko, anyway, how are you doing?
Oh my god.
What's funny, he's just like, this big pile of trash, bitch.
Bitch, where? But Kyoko, why'd you come here to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew? But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost.
I'm gonna skip that line.
Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything.
Finally. I'm glad I don't have to talk at all this entire time. You guys can just talk. You can just talk.
I know, I can talk to myself. It's good for you.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
You're chilling. You're just hitting the buttons.
Gameplay.
You're hitting the buttons. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. Wow, it's almost like trying to get somebody else to tell me everything. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
He just ignored me.
I'm enjoying the fact that I don't have to speak, so please continue your lines. Your viewers are also enjoying the fact that the dirty boy on the channel doesn't have to speak
That's
anymore.
fair.
So you can
That's
go ahead
fair.
and read.
That's fair. Shall I give you,
Do not ASMR!
So you have some reason for coming
ASMR! No, re!
So you have... Don't tickle me, you bastard!
Re! Re!
Shut up and let me do my thing!
Re!
Shut up and let me do my
Re! Tendies! Re!
Shut up with your damn
Put it down.
tendies.
Put it down, goddammit. There will be no ASMR on this
Yeah,
channel.
put it down.
Oh, now sit back.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
So sit back, relax, get into that Kyoko mood.
But Kyoko's voice is so good as ASMR.
I'm sorry, that's not what I'm worried about. Please don't do Makoto ASMR. No one
That's
needs,
the best
no
part!
one needs to hear that.
Everybody wants to hear the sweet, dulcet tones of Makoto. Oh yeah. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
I'm not gonna press this button until you do your line.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
I did it.
And I'm confident that you will not continue this behavior.
That's right. At least I can't do it.
Don't you dare! Put the belt down! Put the belt down!
No, you can't say that out of context. It just sounds like abuse.
Okay, to be clear, the what's the word I'm looking for?
Implication?
Yes, the implication was not that he was going to use the belt to beat me, it was that he was going to put it around his own neck and commit suicide.
Way to make it dark. I was just making a news joke. Actually, that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Once, until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I have no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia?
Even in the flashback, I don't speak. This is great.
I know.
Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
I am the ultimate amnesiac.
Have fun for now, because the next game...
It's gonna be
It's
all me.
gonna be
I know,
all you.
You've told me this.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you? And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why don't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, for plot convenience, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us.
I'm the mastermind.
That's right!
There's actually a lot of fan art of that. It's pretty cool, some of it.
Makoto's too dumb to be the mastermind. He couldn't have planned this out.
Well, you can make the argument that he was playing dumb the whole time. That'd actually be a really good twist if you were playing as a stupid dumb protagonist and then it turned out he was the mastermind of the whole thing at the end.
That would be great. I know that's not the case.
You do.
Makoto's just that dumb.
If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around
If
her.
Makoto was playing that dumb the whole time and actually was the mastermind, he probably would end up becoming one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
But that is not the case, and he will remain in the trash bin.
Well, how do you know?
Let me think. Let me think. I wonder. Man, there's a lot of cool fan art of that people draw.
Doesn't mean it's not real.
Actually, yeah, and it does.
You can draw fan art of canon things.
And then you said, wouldn't that be cool if?
Shut up. I could have just been playing you the whole time.
I also know who the mastermind is because both you and James have spoiled it for me.
James spoiled it for you.
James implied it, and then you said, James, no! And that made me go,
I did not say James no. I never said James no.
I was being dramatic, but you trying to hush James up is what really sold it, so you're both to blame.
If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her.
Oh, look, yeah, she's ignoring me.
If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself. He just wrapped his arm around me like it's all alright. Like he's in control. He just did the whole condescending like, oh yeah, I won.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He says, leaning his head against me.
I have no clue what you're referring to.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me?
Oh, but I actually kind of liked your own there.
No, I mean, I guess I'm not talking, so
You're not talking, fuck it.
The moment I start talking, I gotta flip back.
Yeah. Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but you're way too dumb.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot, Makoto. I see.
You're such an idiot,
Oh god, I'm such an idiot, Makoto. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. Gah! It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Makoto, there's a lot going on. You should just probably tell her.
But he won't.
He won't. Because
Sounds
he's an
like-
idiot.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Even now, I still trust you, you know.
What do you... Okay, at least I'm competent enough to handle it by myself versus Makoto, who can't make heads or tails of it.
Uh-huh.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. I'm not used to relying on others. I love how you pause expecting me to say something there.
What?
You didn't hit the button right away.
Oh, yeah.
I love how you expected me to say something.
I shot you a quick look.
Uh-huh.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective.
Whoa. No shit.
Whoa!
You never guessed.
Yo, they played that really well.
Oh, yeah. So well.
The ultimate detective? And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father.
Ah!
That's something you probably didn't guess, though.
I didn't guess that specifically. Not the headmaster, because I didn't really think the headmaster was all that involved.
Mm-hmm.
But I did guess that there was going to be some kind of relation to something.
That's fair.
So that's not surprising in its concept, but in the specifics, I'm flabbergasted.
I am absolutely flabbergasted, he says.
Fair enough.
What? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. And that makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said that the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. And then, what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The duster was dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed up that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time.
So, I'm wondering something. Because she clearly found Mukuro Ikusawa's profile, and
Yes.
she knew that they weren't the ultimate despair, so why did she say that, specifically?
We're gonna find out.
Well, probably, yeah. I'm just throwing my hat in.
That's an interesting thought.
And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
Click on her again!
Of course, once I got to the second floor of dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors.
You already did that one.
Oh, that's right.
They want you to go on for once.
That's right. That's weird. Finally, that option in the dialogue makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusawa, doesn't it? And just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa was to get me killed. Get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean, because of the school regulations? Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. So they couldn't kill me themselves. They tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusawa. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That alibi naturally draws me into cases just like this.
No. Ability.
Sorry, that ability naturally draws me to cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor.
A white shadow?
The coat.
A white shadow is an oxymoron.
Yes,
It
I
can't be
know.
white and a shadow.
But it's a metaphorical shadow, not a real shadow.
But it can't be a white shadow.
It can be, because it's not an actual shadow. She means the person. She didn't see the person clearly, so she called them a shadow.
Blur.
Shadow, it sounds cooler.
But it can't be a white shadow.
Yes, it can. This is writing. There are no rules. I'm a writer. If I say something is white or black, it's white or black. If I say jump, the characters jump. If there's a white shadow, there's a fucking white shadow.
They say apple.
I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
You could have said, oh, actually, a white shadowy figure would have been skin tone, I guess.
Yeah.
The white blur of a shadowy figure.
That doesn't sound good, though. That sounds dumb.
I saw a white shadow. That just makes it sound like
cool.
she doesn't know what a shadow is.
No, that sounds cool. You're too literal, Mr. Computer Brain.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. He just said of course twice. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever that masked assailant was, they ended up dead. And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
Well, it makes sense, right? Because obviously Mukuro was... Because they're a soldier, right? So
Right.
they probably worked for the mastermind at some point, because they
Right.
were hidden.
Right.
Hiding in the school, like she said.
Right.
Mastermind sent her to kill Makoto and frame her.
Mm-hmm.
They failed when Kyoko stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the mastermind said, well, you failed, so I'll kill you and blame it and cover it. Have Kyoko cover it up. Or have it covered up to frame Kyoko.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Oh, wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Cause they couldn't interfere.
Yeah. What's wrong with
I
that?
said because.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, well. It
Well,
doesn't
I'm not. That's not why. I'm just saying because normally I don't see it C-U-Z.
Oh, that's how it's written.
No, I know, but that's not normally how I see it.
Oh, that's fair.
So it's just funny to me that it is put there.
That's fair.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seem ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
Not really.
Well, they can't kill a student. They were gonna kill They were gonna kill
Well,
Makoto.
no, they were going to have a student kill Kyoko because that was
fair.
that was Mukuro.
That's fair.
So they were going to have a student do it. I think the contradiction is that they killed
Mukuro.
Mukuro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What are you saying?
well, I can't spoil it because I know, but they don't.
Uh-huh.
So what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not... If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That'll be repeated so much the next chapter.
You told me this, yeah.
The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Oh, I see what that implication was. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. But that would imply that that it's a group, and I mean, it could just be her, but that could be the whole Fenrir thing.
Could be.
Then make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. We did it.
100-mile dash pain of a junk food junkie?
I don't know what the title means.
What the fuck?
I don't know what the title means.
What?
To be continued.
Got a dildo.
Dream Island Rocket!
That's term for dildo.
No.
It's Monokuma
Bad.
dildo.
Bad Drag0n. Bad Drag0n.
That's the website you can buy it on.
Monokuma. Oh, Dream Island Rocket?
Bad Drag0n.
No, that's Bad Dragon.
No, it's my version.
Oh, I see. Alright. Ta-da. We did it. Unless you want to keep going.
Well, this is a whole new chapter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably not.
Okay. We shall end it for this evening then.
Hold on, I need to press X. Right?
Yep. He totally says Danganronpa.
Yeah, no, he does.